Step 6, we'll go through the first paragraph of the narrative where we are going to discover our conflicts of interest. So we are told then that KK is a large listed company. When a non-executive directorship of KK Limited became available, John Soria was nominated to fill the vacancy. John is the brother-in-law of KK's chief executive, Ken Cava. So I hope you're all screaming at the screen that clearly this is one of our conflicts of interest. This is a close family relationship between John, the potential Ned, and the CEO, Ken Cava. Then we're told John is also the CEO of Soria Supplies Limited, KK's largest single supplier, and is therefore very familiar with KK and its industry. Oh dear. So if John is the CEO of KK's largest single supplier, then this indicates a close business relationship. So that's 2 of our conflicts of interest. We'll just pause here, though, and comment on why are these conflicts of issue a problem? Remember, we're going to have to discuss them briefly in our final answer. So John is the brother-in-law of KK's chief executive. Why is that a problem? Well, very clearly, we've mentioned that we expect our Neds to be independent and they should provide independent oversight of the executive directors to ensure they're acting in the shareholders' best interest. But if John is the brother-in-law of the CEO, he's perhaps far less likely to really challenge any of the decisions that Ken Cava makes. And that could be for a number of reasons. If they're family, John might just inherently trust Ken and not feel it's necessary to question the decisions he makes. Or it could be that John just wants to keep the peace in his family, so it's easier for him to just not challenge his brother-in-law at all. In relation to this being the CEO of Soria Supplies Limited, this close business relationship is also a problem. Presumably in the future, Soria Supplies will want to continue to be the largest single supplier for KK Limited. Now, that might be a business relationship that is beneficial to both companies at the moment, but perhaps at some point down the track, it might be better for KK Limited to find an alternative supplier. But we can assume that John Soria will always push to keep this close business relationship between the 2 companies because it's in his best interest as CEO of Soria Supplies. Okay, reading on, we're told then he has sold goods to KK for over 20 years and is on friendly terms with all of the senior officers in the company. In fact, last year, Soria Supplies appointed KK's finance director, Susan Schwab, to a non-executive directorship on its board. And there's our final conflict of interest then. If John becomes a Ned of KK Limited, it creates a cross-directorship between the 2 companies. So, we have our 3 conflicts of interest. Now, what we do here is while we're going through the scenario, we have our answer plan open in front of us, and we should be noting down in our answer plan for part A what the conflicts in the scenario are. So if we note down, as we have seen, the first conflict for John was the family relationship with the KK CEO. The second conflict for John is that he is the CEO for one of KK's largest suppliers. And the final conflict is the cross-directorship in relation to himself and Susan. So we just note that in for now in our answer plan. We'll see in a later step how we're going to turn this answer plan into our full answer.